Right. Mark's seen Arrow's Blood and Black Lace in 4K.
I was going to say many times, but yes,
Yes.
this last one in 4K. Uh, to cut straight to it, it's an absolute belter of a disc. It's a belter of a film on a belter of a disc. Very quickly on the film, for those that don't know, Blood and Black Lace is Mario Bava's 1964. Some say it's a proto-Giallo. It pretty much is your halfway house between a classic 70s Giallo, which hadn't been invented yet, ironically, and the classic late 70s slasher, which again hadn't been invented yet. It took what Hitchcock and Michael What's His Face did with Psycho and Peeping Tom Powell, and delivered a film that literally celebrated the kills. It was one of the very first. I don't want to say mainstream films because it wasn't too mainstream, but it was one of the first films that really focused on the set piece deaths. Those were the star of the film. It wasn't the killer itself, like Peeping Tom and Psycho. It wasn't a particular protagonist, a final girl, if you like. It was literally kill, 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 kill. But what was different about this is Bava almost said, I'm going to take that grotsploitation structure, but paint it in the most beautiful aesthetics you can see. The nearest film visually, I think, to this that I can think of is Dario Argento's Suspiria. Huge amounts of primary lush colors are just there just because it looks great for no other reason. And for that, the film still really holds up. The set pieces are absolutely exquisite. They're not overtly bloody or gory, but they are beautiful as well as they are almost uncomfortable, because he shoots, the camera almost goes right up into the face of the girl as she's dying, and it's almost that mix of, you enjoyed all that stuff now, yeah, well try and enjoy this, I dare you. So the film is absolutely brilliant. The disc. So we'll get the bad out the way first. Arrow have unfortunately fallen into their old habits of just recycling the extras from their previous 1080p version here. So there are no new extras on this disc. In fact, it's actually lost an extra from the 2015 previous version of it, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, for those that didn't have that disc or don't have that disc, who are coming to this for the first time, the extras on it are actually pretty good. You've got an audio commentary by Mario Bava's biographer, Tim Lucas. You've got a really good documentary called Psychoanalysis, which looks at the evolution of the Giallo to the slasher, with Blood and Black Lace slap bang in the middle of it, with critics, filmmakers. You've got Argento on it, Lamberto Bava's on it. And then you've got a really interesting appreciation by the filmmakers behind Amer and the Strange Color of Your Body's Tears, Hélène Catet and Bruno Forzani. They've come at it from this is what we took from this into our films. And it was a much more thematic exploration of what was so good about it. Absolutely. It was only 11 minutes, but it's probably the one extra that I'd watch on that. The audio tracks are, again, exactly as they were on the previous ones. There's nothing really to write home about. An Italian LPCM mono track and an English LPCM mono track. Again, you take your pick with both of them. Half the actors spoke English, half the actors spoke Italian. It doesn't matter which one you pick. Someone's going to be doing this half the time, but the tracks are pretty good. Obviously, there's slight sync issues because both of them were post-dubbed anyway, but it's not obnoxious. And the tonal characteristics of both tracks are broadly similar. So it really is whichever one you want, that's the one to go with. The reason we come to this in 4K, though, is those visuals. For a film that is so heavily reliant on its amazing visuals, they had better have got this 4K transfer right. And boy, did they. Now, unfortunately, there are many great things about writing these kind of reviews for AVForums. We get discs sent to us for free. However, the problem with that is we only get the disc. We don't get anything else. So if we got a booklet, we'd have been told a little bit about the restoration that took place on this. We don't know anything at all about what restoration was done on this. I've had a look on the internet. There's nothing anywhere other than Arrow themselves say they've done a new 4K restoration. However, frankly, I don't care what they did because it looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely, it's sumptuous. Now, I came into this thinking that the biggest win here is going to be the Dolby Vision HDR10, the wide color gamut, and it is. But I was surprised at the uptick in the detail levels here. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, obviously, he shot spherical, so it's 1.85 to 1 in this one. Now, the previous Arrow release was shot in 1.66. According to various sources, both were shown theatrically, but I think a number of people who had the previous disc and saw the 1.66 to 1 framing complained that the framing just didn't look right. That's just gone. This is now 1.85 to 1. There's no other option on this. That's what you've got. And it looks amazing. The fine detail is absolutely brilliant. It's got that look, which when you've seen a number of good solid restorations of 35mm, you know what sharp looks like without being digital sharp. It's filmic sharp, and that's what this is. It's absolutely gorgeous. The grain, perfect. It's incredibly fine, but it's even. The compression is magnificent, so there's no problems there. And then you stick the Dolby Vision and that gorgeous wide color gamut on top. And frankly, if anyone even so much as thought this film was pretty good, you owe it to yourself to get this disc, because it will never look as good as it does here. It's an absolute blinder. Can't say any more than that. Brilliant film, brilliant disc. Go and buy it.
6 out of 10, right?
Sorry?
6 out of 10, right?
Well,
That's
7
above
out,
average.
7 out of 10's average, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
So yes, it's a great release. It's one of Arrow's one discers, I think. I think it's a one discer. There's no 1080p release. This is just the one disc. But I think the set does have the usual. It's got the booklet, it's got the poster, it's got the art cards, and of course, dependent on whether or not you like the new artwork or the old classic artwork, you've got the choice there. I personally have pre-ordered the art original version direct from Arrow. Can't wait for that to show up. But yeah, everyone go and buy this. It's amazing.
Very nice.